Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fantasy Football, and welcome to my video. So in this video, what I want to do is talk about my team for game week 4 and see how well they did for that week. And I also wanted to show you guys a wildcard draft. Now there has been a lot of FPL managers requesting this for me to create like a wildcard video to basically help people out. And we know that, in the international break, a lot of people will activate their wildcard to get a little bit of price rises and just to really change their teams around for the next coming game weeks. So in this weekend, why don't I spend more time on wildcards and wildcard teams? Go through so many different possibilities and try and create like not just one draft but 2 or 3 with different combinations of players. Maybe like a draft team with Sergio Aguero and Sterling, and maybe another one with like an Arsenal player as well, but still having Manchester City players with Liverpool. And a team that is really balanced that could help you in the long run. So that is what I'm thinking to do in the weekend. So if you guys want that, I'm pretty sure it will help a lot of people out there who's not wildcarding, who is thinking to do a normal transfer as well. Yeah, if you like the sound of that, I will probably upload the video on a Saturday, and it all depends. It all depends what I'm doing on Friday, so I can probably post a video there. If you like the sound of that, just smash that like button. You guys know what to do. So yeah, let's continue with the video. As you can see, for game week 4, I got 54 points, below the average of 57. So this is my first time being below the average this season, and a minus 4-point hit. So I made 2 transfers. I removed Martial. Now I could have benched him. Maybe that could have been good for the long term, because then when he comes back, then he's a great option. But I thought, you know what, let me just get rid of him. And I had to decide on if I should get rid of Sigurdsson, who hasn't bought me any of the points in the last 3 game weeks, or should I remove Lucas Moura? And I thought to myself, I can see Sigurdsson playing 90 minutes, and plus if that team gels and gels better, I can see them scoring a lot of goals. Plus they got great fixtures. But with Lucas, Dele Alli is back, Eriksen is back, Song is back, there's Lamela there as well, and I can see him benched. So I removed Lucas and Martial, and I brought in Kevin De Bruyne and John McGinn. Now that transfer works because both of Martial and Lucas did not play for game week 4. So I'm really happy with my transfers, but it has been a disappointing game week. And as you can see, my overall points is 248 and overall rank is 315,105. So a little bit disappointing there that I have dropped a little bit of rankings, but I'm actually happy with my team going forward. So let's go through the team. As you can see, Ryan here with 0 points. I kind of said that I don't think he's going to bring any points against Manchester City. He might even get like a minus point. Thank God he's just got 0. Van Dijk with 7, bonus point, but Trent Alexander-Arnold is actually the one to own. Zinchenko, 6 points. Now there's a problem at the back for Manchester City, which is Laporte out, and this might cause a little bit of problems at the back. But a lot of people are thinking about bringing Otamendi, which is more cheaper than Zinchenko, and I think that's a great option as well, just to get that nailed on defense. Luka Dean didn't keep a clean sheet, but got an assist, the lovely cross. Richarlison scored, which was fantastic. John McGinn, now I bought him in because of his price tag of 5.6. And I think moving forward, I think he can get some kind of returns at these home games that he has in the next 4 to 5 games. Now, of course, if I do wildcard before or after game week 8, then I can remove him and get someone else. But for this short term, I think it's fine. These fixtures are really good for Aston Villa. Kevin De Bruyne was the main guy, and I'm so happy that I actually brought him in for this game week. 13 points, scored a goal, assisted, and got that clean sheet points. 2 bonus points as well. He's just a fantastic player. He is pretty much must owned. Salah, just an assist with a clean sheet point. He could have got another assist if he passed it to Mane, but it was a little bit selfish there. Sterling, disappointing, didn't get any returns in that game that they scored 4 goals in. So, yeah, that kind of hurt a lot of FPL managers there. So, only 6 points. And Sigurdsson brought me some returns with an assist. And you know what? Everton played actually really well. And if they continue, if Everton does well against Bournemouth, then a lot of FPL managers are going to think about bringing Everton players for this game and moving forward, to be honest with you. I'm hoping that Sigurdsson will get some kind of returns, because then people will try to get him, then I'll get the money back. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm just holding tight right now. I'm seeing, let the international break finish, then we can decide on what we're going to do. Pookie, disappointing, only 2 points. Yes, against Manchester City, but still decent fixtures here that could get some kind of returns. But I think if I had to pick, I will go for like Barnes from Burnley, then Pookie, I guess, and Joshua King. You know, I need to move him on, but I'm just finding that right moment to move him. I don't want to take like additional hits just to remove him, and I'm basically like taking my time in transfers, and I'm trying to make the best transfers possible for my team. And that is about it. Well, let's have a quick look at the bench. Nothing to be seen here. I'm not going to talk about my team that much for Game Week 5. I haven't really set it up properly. Pookie's on my bench for now, but things may change. The way it's looking, I might even change my captaincy to Sterling. So, but overall, my team is looking good for Game Week 5. I've got a few options that I need to make. But let's move on to that. Let's move on. I'll go through that later on and towards the deadline. But let's go on to the wildcard team. Now, as you can see, this is a wildcard team that I created for you guys. Now, it's not the best of the best. I still need to make some adjustments. But let me quickly create a wildcard team just to give you guys some kind of ideas. And then in the weekend, I'll sit down and take my time and create additional, like not just one, but a few wildcard draft teams to help you guys out. So yeah, so let's go through the team. Now, it all depends on what kind of goalkeeper strategy that you're going to go with. I think the best strategy right now is set and forget. I'm going to pick Nick Pope to be the goalkeeper. These fixtures for Burnley are fantastic. Now, if I had to pick a goalkeeper right now, it would be him or Heaton from Aston Villa. But I've got Mings here. That is 4.5 player that actually plays. Now, it all really depends on what kind of player you are. If I'm wildcarding, I want my bench players to be cheap, but decent enough to bring me some returns. So it's really up to you what you want to do. You can go for a cheap player. You can go and get someone else like a 4.0 million player that is not playing at all. But that's going to hurt you in the long run. You really want to use your bench as well if you're going to be wildcarding. Plus, think about it. There's Champions League games coming up. Plus, there's cups in between. And if we have some rotation and our players are benched or not playing for that game week, then you need your bench players. Yes, we've got Lundstrom here. That is cheap. I know he will help, but I'd rather have another player, a decent player, that will get me some kind of returns as well. So it's up to you. It's really up to you. You can go for a cheap player and just scrape up that money if you want. But yeah, let's move on. So you can go and get yourself any kind of 4.5 player that you want. I'm going to go with Mings for now because these fixtures are decent enough. And it all depends on what kind of formation you want to go with. With him and Lundstrom, you can go 4 at the back. A 5 at the back, sorry, as well. You can go, let's just say 4 at the back. You can go 4 in the midfield and 2 up front. You can do a lot of different combinations. 5 in the midfield. You can go 3 in the defense and bench the other 2. And if one of your players gets injured, and you can use some of your players at the back from the defense, that could get us a lot of points. That's what I'm talking about. Look at Dean. yes, he's definitely on my list. He's a fantastic player. We know what he can do. Trent as well, taking a lot of corners. He's creating a lot of chances, guys. Look at those assists, 3 assists already, which is a fantastic return. These fixtures are decent. It doesn't really matter for Liverpool. I think Liverpool can get a lot of clean sheet points still, or even this, like for this guy, he doesn't really need clean sheet points. He can get the assist and some goals. But yeah, definitely, if you're gonna think of to get a Liverpool defense, go with Trent. Now, Zinchenko was here. You can go for Zinchenko, but I picked Otamendi because a lot of people probably will switch from Laporte to Otamendi, and he's probably going to be the one that is going to be nailed on the most right now as Laporte is injured. Now with Zinchenko, we know that one day that Mendy is going to come back and take over, but if Zinchenko continues how he's playing, then he should keep his place. But if you want to go for Otamendi, it's a little bit more cheaper, you can do so. Lundstrom here, I think he is a must in any kind of wildcard team. He can even be used for this game at Game Week 5 and benched afterwards and then used later on. Mason Mount. Now, you can go for Tammy Abraham, the striker from Chelsea, or you can go for Mount here, that is taking free kicks, that is taking corners. These fixtures, the next two is not really the best fixtures for Chelsea, but after that, these fixtures here are fantastic, and we all know what Chelsea is all about right now. They're attacking team, they conceded a lot of goals, and him or Tammy Abraham, it really depends if you want to go for that 3 up front. I think 3 up front might be the way to go right now. But for me, I think I'm just going to go with 2. Cantwell, just that cheap enabler that plays, that could get us a return. He nearly scored in this last game as well. Yes, Manchester City is going to be difficult, but these fixtures here, I can see some kind of return if he actually continues to play. Plus, you can bench him. That means you got a cheap player that is on your bench, and you know you're using all of your money elsewhere to get players like Salah, who I think that can get the points. Mane as well. It all depends, guys. You can go for Mane. I'm going to show you guys different possibilities on my proper wildcard video on Saturday or Sunday in my weekend. Got Sterling. He is an explosive player. We can see him doing really well in the next few game weeks as well, especially against Norwich. And Kevin De Bruyne to help him out with that. Oh man, what a player. Now a lot of people will go to Sergio Aguero, but the problem with that is you need to downgrade a lot of your players. I looked at a formation of 4-3-3. That looked good. So I definitely will look into that as well and start building a team for that. We've got Pookie. People are slowly thinking or drifting away from Pookie Party and, you know, are trying to like remove him. You know, now that he done well, maybe he might be dipping in form. We don't, you know, if people are thinking about these things. But if he gets a return for this game here against Manchester City, then his price is going to continue to go up. And the next person is going to be Ashley Barnes. That is 6.7. Great fixtures for him to do well. Great fixtures for him to get some points. And yeah, definitely a player that I recommend. Now, you can go for that 3 up front if you want to. Let me just quickly show you here. Then that means you need a cheap 4.6. If that's the case, you can do that. Let's just go and get Guendouzi here. Then you're going for 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you're going with 4, 3, 3. And that formation looks actually really good. Let me just remove these players so you guys can see how it looks. Well, it doesn't really look right like this because it's moved here. But that's not too bad. And you're getting these cheap strikers that if they continue to do well, they're going to give us a lot of money. Anyways, guys, that's about it. This was just a little draft for you guys to have a look and give you guys some kind of idea. I'm going to sit down, go through so many possibilities throughout the weekend. I'm going to create you guys a few draft teams to help you guys out. So if you like the sound of that, if you like this video, smash that like button. I'll definitely make a video as soon as possible. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.